This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Looking for that last card to complete your online deck, or just to get the latest booster packs in town like Crowns in it, for example. They literally have everything, and you can use the coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off your order. This video is also sponsored by CARDMARKET.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can use the referral name ZapDosTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a platform where you're able to upload your favorite wallpaper and they turn it into a beautiful playmat. You can now have 10% off your order by clicking the link down below, and they ship worldwide, so definitely check it out. Last but certainly not least is going to be DragonShield.com. Dragon Shield is the best brand to protect your beautiful cards, and they have the best quality sleeves available, and you can of course check it out by clicking the links down below. They have sleeves, binders, and deck boxes of the best quality around. I use them in every single tournament, and you guys should do the exact same thing. Thank you a lot for sticking around with the commercials, and enjoy the video. Peace. What's up YouTube, it's ZapDosTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG deck profile video on my channel. Today, Miraidon EX upon the menu, so hopefully you guys are excited for a new archetype coming into the format with Scarlet and Violet. So yeah, if you like the deck profiles I'm putting out every single day for the Scarlet and Violet series, let me know by slapping the hell out of the like button. It helps out in many ways, and let's just get another post-rotation list out of the way. This video is going to help you out with a little bit of strategy here and there with the deck, as well as explaining why specific cards are in the list. Let's start off with the new card here, the Miraidon EX with the Tandem Unit. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic lightning Pokemon and put them on the bench, then shuffle your deck. Very, very great to get your setup going, and the best partner for Miraidon EX is of course Regieleki VMAX to boost your damage output. We have Photon Blaster slapping 220 damage, and during your next turn you can't attack, but we of course can retreat into another Miraidon EX to then attack or use the switch card in this list. So very, very strong attack, because 220 is easy to set up, just because of the fact that there is of course the item card that allows you to accelerate energies onto your Pokemon. So yeah, 220, you can boost that damage output up with the one and only Regieleki VMAX. Regieleki VMAX has of course the transistor ability. For every Regieleki VMAX on the field, we're slapping 30 more damage to the opponent's active. That will put Photon Blaster to some huge numbers. If you get 2 Regieleki VMAXs out, you're slapping 280. So no need for choice bells to knock out V-stars, because with 2 Regieleki VMAX, we're already doing the trick. If you can get a couple of more out, let's say you get 3 of them out, you're actually slapping 90 more damage and getting UV Max into a one-shot range. Super cool for sure. And you could also sometimes attack with Regieleki VMAX as well, 220, and you can't attack during your next turn. So you do of course have free retreat, which is super awesome, allowing you to flip-flop between attackers here and there. Moving forward, we're going to be running 4 copies of the Regieleki V as well. So with 4 Regieleki VMAXs comes, of course, 4 Regieleki V. This also has a cool attack with the Lightning Wall, 100 damage. And during your next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 less damage. This could be an attack you could utilize against Lost Box. That means Cramorant is dealing 10 damage, which is hilarious for sure. And you also have a hit and run attack in the form of Switching Bolt, 30 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon, which is actually pretty interesting because we are having a way to switch into quite the nasty Pokemon. We're going to be talking about it right now. We're going to be running 3 copies of the new Klefki, and Klefki is just so disruptive, you have no idea. This is like something Empoleon V ever dreamed of being. So we have the Prank Lock. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents have no ability. So all the basic Pokemon, think about Genesect V for instance, not going to be drawing cards. Think about Comfey in the Lost Boxes, not going to be using flower selecting. So this is pretty much going to shut down all basic Pokemon in play, so you have time enough to set up your Miraidon EXs. Very, very strong early Pokemon. Its attack also knocks off a tool card, but more importantly, you're going to be able to, of course, use the Regieleki V to use hit and run as well, or just manually retreat into the Regieleki, into the Klefki in the early phases of the game. Then for the supporter lineup, so these are the only Pokemon in this list. You might think about adding in a 1-1 or a 2-2 line of Flaffy, maybe even thinking about Raikou or Raichu V. These are all cards that could be implemented into this list, but I try to make it as consistent as possible because this is a list That is going to be, yeah, very, very fast. Hitting, of course, the 220 turn 1 is definitely a possibility with the item cards we're going to be talking about later in this list. But the cool thing is, you see Lost Box, you, of course, set up your Klefki, maybe set up a Regieleki V so you can use that lightning wall, and then you'll be good to go. If you're up seeing any V-Stars or multiple prize Pokemon like VMAXs, go for the Miraidon and just knock them out. Okay. We're going to be running 4 copies of Research. It's nice and easy to see that this deck is consistent. We're playing 4 Research. We have a 4/4 of Regieleki VMAX. The reason why we're only playing 3 Miraidon is that you actually don't want to be having this as a starting Pokemon because you have to make sure you can fill up your bench. You want to be starting more oftenly with a Klefki, so that's the only reason. And I think 3 Miraidon is good as it is because if you get 1 Miraidon, the ability that it has, the Tandem Unit, can get out more Lightning Pokemon. Then we're going to be running 3 copies of Judge. Judge is very great to disrupt opponents, definitely in a format where Lost Box is still 20% of the meta. You're going to be using Judge in order to, of course, put those ginormous hands into, of course, 4 cards instead. So that's going to help you out. Also going to help you out to reshuffle some energies because you want the energies in the deck because of the fact that you have an item card which is going to be able to accelerate energies. Next up is going to be Avern. Avern is a very cool card. It's a new supporter allowing you to get yourself an item and a tool card from the deck. The thing that you should know is that with the Scarlet and Violet rule change, the tool cards are no longer item cards, which means they are not able to get searched out with something like Irida. Pokestop doesn't find tool cards anymore, etc. So with the new rule change, you need some Avern to, of course, find yourself a tool card and a Pokemon item card. So that's going to help you out. So maybe you can get yourself Nest Ball and the Forest Sealstone. It's definitely going to be helping out a ton with Avern. 2 copies of that. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about Boss's Orders, 3 copies in here. I'm actually not going to be playing the 2-2 split as we did at Lugia. We're going to be going for 3 Boss and only 1 Serena. Just because of the fact that with Boss, you can take care of Pokemon that they are manually setting up on the bench. And because Miraidon EX is just so fast, you can KO anything you want with the Boss's Orders. Serena also nice as a 4th copy of Gusting capability, but only works on V Pokemon. And in the format where EX are thriving here and there, you of course don't want to be overkilling with the Serena. Moving forward, Nesball. Nesball also got a new print in the Scarlet and Violet set. We're going to be playing 4 copies. I know Quick Ball left the format. Don't worry about it in the slightest. Nesball is great because you can get, of course, your basic Pokemon into play. And Miraidon EX actually doesn't have an coming into play ability. You can just activate it whenever you want, every single turn, which is super cool. Then 3 copies of Ultra Ball to, of course, fetch Regieleki VMAX. But you can also fetch yourself early game Klefkis if you want to, of course, lock the opponent turn 1. Then the most powerful item card for a Lightning deck you've ever seen, it's Max Elixir on steroids, is Electricity Generator. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may attach up to 2 basic Lightning energies you find there and to your bench Pokemon, Lightning Pokemon in any way that you like. So that is the reason why we, of course, don't have 4 copies of Miraidon EX, because this Electricity Generator only accelerates to Lightning Pokemon on the bench. So you need to, of course, make sure that your Miraidon is on the bench in order to accelerate to it. So that's about it. So 4 copies of that. And this list is also going to be running a huge amount of Lightning energies, which is going to help out with the consistency of the Electricity Generator. If we can activate that and you get 2 energies, attach of the turn, Miraidon EX can donk people. So this is another deck that could donk. So I'm going to be a little bit worried when you start with a 2 prize Pokemon and you have to pass into a Miraidon deck. Then 1 copy of the Switch card. As mentioned, both Regieleki VMAX as well as Miraidon EX cannot attack if they utilize their attack. So you can have, of course, a way to reset the attack effect with Switch card. And Regieleki VMAX does have Free Retreat, which is a nice reset of the attack. Then 1 copy of EXP Share. EXP Share is super cool because if a Miraidon EX goes down and somebody has an EXP Share, you can, of course, get 1 energy to that Pokemon. So it's a little bit easier to set up. But that means you don't have to have Electricity Generator getting 2 energies once again. Then 2 copies of Forest Sealstone. This is a fantastic card in this list because you're playing a Regieleki V. The cool thing is with the Regieleki lineup, you can of course get the Forest Seal Stone equipped and then flip over that Forest Seal Stone so you have additional consistency. It also is searchable with the Avern supporter card, and in situations where you need that electricity generator, the Forest Seal Stone will happily grab that so you can start swinging as early as the first turn going second. For the supporters, we're going to be playing the new Beach Court. So a lot of new cards in here. It's a new archetype. Makes sense, right? Beach Court, actually, the retreat cost of every basic Pokemon I play is 1 card's energy less, which means your entire deck has free retreat, which is entirely broken. And this also allows you to reset the attack effect, switch into a Klefki early on. It is definitely going to be great. To finish off the list, we're playing a whole lot of lightning energies, 14 to be exact. So with 14 energies, you're going to have, of course, the capabilities of landing a successful electricity generator time and time again, which is super, super strong in my book. So yeah, we're going to be running 14 energies in total, and that's going to help you out to, of course, maximize the chances of getting a hit with electricity generator. So this is the straightforward Miraidon EX deck. New archetype in the format is going to be the first internationals that are going to have, of course, making use of these cards as EYC. I think this is a very strong contender just because of Klefki. Klefki shutting down a lot of decks. Think about like the time where you judge Pat and Mew. Well, this time around you can judge and Klefki, and they cannot overlap the Klefki because their abilities will be shut down. And that's why I think this deck has some merit to it. Definitely a tier 1.5, if not even a tier 1 deck. Test it out for yourself. Do you like the Flaffy in here? Would you try on some other stuff in Miraidon deck? This is a straightforward, consistent Miraidon EX deck. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Let me know which deck you want to be seeing up next in the comments down below, or if there's anything you would change in this list, let me know down below as well. Go check out our sponsors, PotownStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. You can use that coupon code TCG for 5% off. They also work for TCG Live, so create the decks there as well. There's also yourplaymat.com to create your own custom playmat. You can get 10% off by clicking that link down below. Definitely create your own custom playmat for of course, the rest of the season. It's going to be super nice. There's also Dragon Shield. All of these sleeves are Dragon Shield. They are the best brand to protect your cards, and of course I recommend them to everyone. Links down below, of course, for Dragon Shield products, sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Last but not least is CARDMARKET.com, the European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Definitely check it out if you're a European player. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG madness. Peace.